How many times have you been to a medical center to receive a vaccine? You're probably thinking of the many instances of COVID vaccines currently being distributed across the US. According to the National Library of Medicine, 80% of the world's population in developing countries had only about 5% of the world's COVID-19 vaccines, while the remaining 20% of the world's population in developed countries had about 95% of the world's COVID-19 vaccines. Let's first dive into the basics of vaccines. What are vaccines? Okay, let's take this step by step. A vaccine enters the body, inducing an immune system response to the pathogen. Your immune system fights and responds to antigens by producing proteins called antibodies and T cells that protect you in the future. The antibodies which your immune system has created from the vaccine-induced response will notify the T cells, which are white blood cells, in your body to destroy any trace of the virus if the virus appears again in your body. This is how vaccines greatly protect our bodies from future infections and will stop spreading the viruses. So, what countries are not able to provide vaccination services to people? Low-income to middle-income countries are often unable to provide vaccination services and have lower vaccination rates as a result. Low-income to middle-income countries are those that have a low gross national income. Low-income to middle-income countries are often unable to provide vaccination services and have lower vaccination rates due to a lack of funds. Equitable access to vaccines is key to stopping diseases, like the spread of COVID, yet people in low-income countries are only 1 to 10% vaccinated, contrasting with the US 68.3% COVID vaccination rate. Lower vaccination rates are attributed to three main issues. 1. Lack of money. Widespread vaccination campaigns are unable to be put in place because campaigns require funding and money to hire new medical personnel and supply clinics with the necessary supplies. Plus, low-income countries are not able to pay $15 to $18 per dose. 2. Lack of infrastructure and electricity. With issues such as a shortage of power sources, low to middle-income countries also often have a lack of buildings or facilities for vaccine storage, clean water for washing hands, and functioning sanitation systems. Even the money that countries do have may not be put towards maintaining infrastructure and instead towards creating new trendy projects. Without infrastructure for cold storage, the vaccines that have not expired are only enough to vaccinate a small number of people for viruses such as COVID. In Nigeria, only 1.53 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines could be used. More than 1 million doses were destroyed due to the expiration date. 3. COVID vaccines will expire without cold temperatures. Vaccines need to be kept at specific low temperatures in regards to the vaccine technology used, such as mRNA used in COVID vaccines. Although mRNA technology has provided a safe, effective vaccine, mRNA is incredibly fragile and gets broken down very rapidly and easily, yet the manufacturers do not disclose their specific formulations. It is not yet clear why Pfizer and Moderna's mRNA vaccines require different storage temperatures. When vaccines are not kept at certain temperatures, vaccines will expire. With all of these issues, low to middle-income countries have a harder time securing and providing immunity services. So, why is herd immunity important for communities around the world? Herd immunity is when a sufficiently large proportion of a population has developed immunity to a virus as a result of vaccination. Herd immunity is a crucial remedy for protecting others who cannot get immunized. Getting vaccinated will stop the chains of transmission. This means that people who get vaccinated create a protective barrier for those who can't. As a result, this will stop an epidemic from spreading throughout a population. Let's put this into perspective. Think of the measles virus. Measles is a highly infectious disease caused by a virus found in the nose and throat of an infected person, and when someone with measles coughs, sneezes, or talks, infectious droplets spray into the air, where other people can breathe them in. 17 out of 18 people would have to be vaccinated to prevent further spread of this disease. Herd immunity benefits those who cannot get vaccinated. This includes individuals who are too old, too young, or have weak immune systems. Vaccination is crucial to protecting ourselves from easily preventable diseases. By getting vaccinated, you can protect yourself and others. That's how herd immunity and global vaccination inequity are linked. If the low-income countries develop their infrastructure, more people will be able to get vaccinated and herd immunity will be developed.